actually sectionals are terrible when you're entertaining a lot of people. Because if you think about it, nobody wants to be the man in the corner, the girl in the corner.
Hey everyone, it's Alex with Couch.com, and I'm here with my new friend, Rebecca Hay from Rebecca Hay Design. She is the founder and chief Rebecca officer. See?
Ooh, love it.
I just came up with a new title. And also a popular podcast host of Resilient by Design. I was a guest recently, and thank you so much again for having me there.
Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca Hay, here she is.
Woohoo, yeah, woo. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Alex.
My pleasure. You have agreed to come to Couch.com and tell our users about certain things that they may be curious about, that they may want to hire an interior designer to discuss, but maybe they could think about these things first prior to doing that, or prior to going couch shopping, certainly. You mentioned function, and I think function is very important. You also mentioned maximizing seating space. So this is a common thing, and I've sold a lot of couches to a lot of people. And one of the sort of most basic questions that is a little bit less designy in a way and more sort of function-based is how big of a couch to get, right? Because I think if people, especially people with big families or they entertain a lot, they want to have this 10-piece modular behemoth that costs God knows how much money, but also not every room can handle such a big piece of furniture. So at some point you have to make certain concessions. Like, okay, I often have 6 people over, but am I getting a 6 to 8 person couch or sectional? Or from a design perspective, maybe it would be better to keep some more open floor space and keep a nice flow to the room. And maybe that's more important. So how do you reconcile that for people that you've worked with in the past? And how does that conversation normally go?
Okay, this is such a common conversation, Alex. Obviously, you know that. Right. Oftentimes clients want, or homeowners want, a sectional. Because you see it again, you see it everywhere. It looks so cozy. Wouldn't it be amazing? I can lie down. I can put my feet up. And yes, if the purpose of the sectional is for you to put your feet up with 2 other family members and watch a movie or watch a show, great. But actually, sectionals are terrible when you're entertaining a lot of people. Because if you think about it, nobody wants to be the man in the corner, the girl in the corner. No one wants to sit in that corner. And so what we find is that when you're entertaining, consider having multiple pieces of furniture and not just one behemoth, as you call it, because it's, especially if you don't know the other people that well. Like, it's one thing if it's a kid's slumber party. It's a whole other thing if you're inviting a few couples over from the neighborhood that you've just met. And one thing I've noticed is oftentimes when we have that conversation with our clients where we say, listen, maybe a 3-seater with 2 club chairs is actually a better solution, because then you can move the furniture around. You could bring in a couple dining chairs and you can have an actual conversation where you're face to face, not side by side. It's tricky to have a conversation when you're sitting right next to the person.
That's true. You can really crane your neck.
Crane your neck.
If they're sitting, you can crane your neck. You can end up at the chiropractor. And I have a post about that too, about sitting styles on a couch. I have a chiropractor, my chiropractor, Dr. Bond. He joined me last week. Very excited about this one, but I digress. Cool. He tells us all about how to sit and how not to sit on couches.
I'm going to listen to that one. I'm going to watch that one.
Okay, you should. We should, because we've all had, I've fallen asleep like that. We've all had these experiences. And we've all had experiences at a party where someone's sitting in that corner of the sectional, and whether their shoes are on or off, their feet are encroaching upon your personal space if you're sitting next to them and talking to them. So I'm happy that you mentioned that. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like really considering what your use is going to be of it is extremely important. And as obvious as that may sound, people don't often consider these sort of basic elements. What is my style? How much space do I have? How much will I be using this couch, and in what way will I be using it? So I love that.
Yeah.
Rebecca, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your insight. This is incredibly valuable. We hit all of our marks, and I genuinely appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.